Starting with the next module, resistors and counters. Okay. So in this module, you're gonna learn about resistors and counters as well. So first, let me know what is resistors then. So before telling what is resistor, let me tell what all the things you're going to learn in this particular chapter. You're going to learn about the operations of resistors and show how the data transfer will happen between the resistors. And we're going to learn about shift resistors, and we'll come to know how to build the resistors using flip-flops. And after resistors, we're going to learn about counters. So counters are also made up of flip-flops, and we're going to learn about counters, how to analyze the counters, how to construct a counter. And if you want to construct the counter like desired sequence is something like, so normally counting starts from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that, okay, in a sequence manner. So if I want to make the count like 0, 4, then 4, after 4, then 7, after 7, after coming back to 3, then 2, then 5, then 6, according to our needs. If I want to display the output in such a manner, so that is possible by using the counters. That is need to be, we are going to learn about that as well. So starting with that, what is resistors then? So basically what is flip-flop? Before telling what is resistors, we need to remember what is flip-flop. Flip-flops are something, memory elements, right? You can store 1 bit data within a flip-flop, either 0 or 1. Okay, 1 bit data, that is flip-flops are used as a memory element, right? So resistors are made up of flip-flops. Flip-flops are memory element. In one flip-flop we can store up a maximum of 1 bit binary data, either it might be 0 or it might be 1. That is right, you know it. Then resistors is made up of flip-flops. So then how many flip-flops? It all depends upon the size of the resistors. We come across 3-bit resistors. If it is 3-bit resistor, that will be made up of 3 flip-flops. If it is 8-bit resistors, then it will be made up of 8 flip-flops, like that, okay. So look at this line. A resistor consists of a group of flip-flops with common clock input. Common clock input means, you know what is clock input, right? Clock pulse. So if the resistor is made up of 8 flip-flops, then all the 8 flip-flops will at a same time they changes its state. Changes its state means changes its data from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0 based on single clock input. Means all the flip-flops will be connected by a single clock input. Once the clock pulse is given, all the flip-flops will going to change its state at a same time in a synchronous manner. That is what we call as resistors. And resistors are commonly used to store and shift binary data. So obviously you know that flip-flops are we can able to store 1 bit binary data. If it is 8-bit flip-flop, 8-bit resistor, it will be made up of 8 flip-flops. So you can store up to 8-bit binary data, okay. So resistors are used to store and shift the data. If you want to keep on shifting towards the right or towards left, that is possible with respect to the resistors. Then coming with the counters. What is counters? Counters are another simple type of sequential circuit. A counter is usually constructed from 2 or more flip-flops. Minimum is 2 and maximum it might be anything, counters. Okay, which changes its state in a prescribed sequence. What is a prescribed sequence? So I am going to prescribe the sequence, like first I want 0, then I want 4, then after that 7, then coming back 3, then 6, then 5, then 2, something like that. I am going to give the prescribed sequence. So according to my prescribed sequence, it is supposed to produce the data. So that is what we counters. So when the input clock is received. Okay, these are the things which you're going to learn in this particular chapter, the resistors and counters. So starting with here, resistors and resistor transfer. Okay, look at this resistor. Okay, you using gated clock. I hope you people remember gated latch. I have given an example about a gate. If the gate is open, the circuit will be active. If the gate is closed, the circuit will be deactive. You remember? I hope you remember. The same concept is applied here. So how many flip-flops we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 flip-flops. Means how many bit resistor it is? It's a 4-bit resistors. Why it is 4-bit resistors? We have 4 flip-flops. So it is called as 4-bit registers. Okay, so which flip-flops where they have used? So D. So look at this: D3, D2, D1, D0, D0, D1, D2, D3. So we have using D flip-flop here. So registers are made up of flip-flops. We have 4 types of flip-flops. One is D, SR, JK, and T. So you can't use the combination of flip-flops like 2D flip-flop, 2 JK, 1D, 1 SR, 1T, 1D, something like that. It's not possible. Either you can go all the either you can use all the D flip-flops or all the T flip-flops or all the JK or all the SR flip-flops. You're supposed to make use of one type of flip-flop. Okay, so here they used D flip-flops, D3, D2. We have used 4 flip-flops: D0, D1, D2, D3. Okay, so all the flip-flops are connected by a common clock pulse. Look at this. This is a clock pulse, right? Look at the pen directions. So look at this bubble. So what do you mean by that? This bubble. When you have a bubble with respect to the clock pulse, whether it is a positive edge triggered or negative edge triggered, it's a negative edge triggered. If we have a bubble, we call it as a negative edge triggered flip flop. Okay. If there is a no bubble, then we tell it's a positive edge triggered flip flop. Okay. We have 4 flip flops, and all the flip flops are connected by clock pulses. Here we have a clock. All of them will change its state during the negative edge triggered, not positive edge, during the negative edge triggered. Okay. And then we have a clear N. So clear is connected to this flip flop. So all the 4 flip flops are connected by a clear. So I hope you people remember about clear, right? Okay, what is the thing with respect to clear? So what does it do? Clear and reset are one and the same. Like both will do the same thing. Reset means it is going to reset the flip flop to 0. Clear means it is going to remove whatever the data which is present in the flip flop and set it to 0. So clear means clear all the flip flops, whatever the data present in all the flip flops, just clear it, and all the flip flops are assigned with the zeros. That is the responsibility of a clear. So when you press the clear means when you press is nothing but 1. When you press the clear, this 1 will be converted to 0 and this will be deactivated. Clear won't be active because due to this bubble, this 1 will be converted to 0. So this flip flop won't be cleared because of this bubble. If you want to clear this flip flop, you need to send 0. If you send 0, by using this bubble, this will be turned to 1. Okay, 1. This is going to reset all the clear all the flip flop and set it to 0. This is how the clear is going to work. Okay, so the same thing with respect to the air. So we have 4 flip flops. All of them are connected by a clear. If you pass clear is equal to 0, that will be converted to 1 and clear all the flip flops and set it to 0, 0, 0, 0. Right now these flip flops are containing zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. Because look at here, we have zeros, 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 zeros. Okay. Then we have clock. But look at this AND gate. What this AND gate is doing means, this is how it is. Load and clock, the output. So if you want to give the clock pulse, the output should be 1. If you want to give the clock pulse, the output will be 1. If the output is 0, then the clock pulse is not applied to the flip flops. If you getting. So look at this. So this clock pulse is connected to all the flip flops. If you want to give the clock pulse to all the flip flops, 4 flip flops, then the output should be 1 here. So 1 means active, right? So in order to make the output 1, what should the input? What should be the input of these two? Both should be 1. If both are 1, then the output will be 1. If either one of them is 0, then the output will be 0. Right. So then what is this load? So whenever you give the clock pulse, that is nothing but 1. What is this load then? Load is nothing but the gate, which you learnt earlier. So whenever in the previous circuit you learnt about G is equal to 0 and G is equal to 1. When gate is 0, the circuit is inactive. When gate is 1, the circuit is active. So rather than writing G, they have written load. That's it. When the load is 1, So the clock is 1, the output will be 1, and the clock pulse will be applied to all the flip-flops. If the load gets 0, means gate gets 0, so the output will be 0. The clock pulse won't be applied to any of the flip-flops and operation won't be performed. Even the load is 1, the output will be 1, the clock pulse will be applied to all the flip-flops. So then the operation will be performed. Right, this is how it is going to perform the operation. Okay, so then coming here, look at here, data input, data output. So all the flip-flops are going to work at the same time because all the flip-flops are connected by a clock pulse and all the flip-flops are connected by a clear. If all the flip-flops want to get clear, all of them will be cleared and all the flip-flops will be set to 0 if you press clear. If you give the clock pulse, all the flip-flops will be performing its operations parallelly. So this is, see, look at the data D3, D2, D1, D0. So all these 4 data inputs, D0 is one data input, D1 is one data input, D2 is one data input, D3 is one data input. So look at this, 1, 1, 0, 1. So these 4 are data inputs. I written data input. So when this 1 will be passed out to this clock pulse, this 1 will be clocked out to this flip-flop, and this 0 is clocked out to this flip-flop, and this 1 will be passed out to this flip-flop. When does this particular flip-flop is going to accept the data input? It is going to accept the data input when the clock pulse is given. So once load is 1 and clock is 1, the output will be 1. All the flip-flops, the clock will be pressed. So once the clock pulse is occurred, it is going to accept the data which is present in the input. So this D3, this 1 will, before passing these data inputs, at the beginning up of this circuit, when the clear is pressed, all the flip-flops will be containing zeros. So look at here, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is a present state. 0 is a present state, 0 is a present state, 0 is a present state, 0 is a present state. Okay. Once the clock pulse is occurred, this data input 1101 will be passed to these flip-flops. So this 1 will be passed to here. So before it will be 0, then it will be converted to 1. So this 1 will be passed to this flip-flop. Before it is 0, then it will be converted to 1. This 0 is, now I am passing 0, before also 0, so 0 will be turned to 0 itself. So now I am passing 1, before it is 0, so this 0 will be turned to 1. So data input and data output, parallel in, parallel out. I am passing the data parallelly in to all the flip-flops at the same time. I am passing output data parallelly out, parallel out. This is a parallel in, parallel out. It is going to work like this. So resistors, we have 4 types of resistors, clear. So one is serial in, serial out, then serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out. 4 types of flip-flops, 4 types of resistors. So this is how the parallel in, parallel out is going to work. Okay, this is with respect to the gated clock. Means based on the load input. If the load is 0, none of the operations is going to work. If the load is 1, then only the output will be 1. So both 1 and 1, the output will be 1, clock will be applied and the data input will be passed into the flip-flop, and similarly output. This is how this going to work using gated clock. Okay, then coming here with the clock enabled. Now I am concentrating on the clock enabled. Here we had used a AND gate. Here we have a separate connections. Load is a separate connection, clock is a separate connection, clear is a separate connections. As usual, clear, as I just explained how the clear is going to work, the same way the clear is also going to work here as well. Only the thing, what is the difference here? Here load and clock are connected to AND gate. If both are 1 and 1, the output will be 1 and the operation will be performed. But here clock is separate and load is separate. So load is connected to CE. What is CE? CE refers to clock enabled. You know, I hope you people remember about enable and disable, right? If you want to enable this clock enabled, then the load should be 1. If load is 1, then all the flip-flops will be active. If load is 0, all the flip-flops will be deactive. So clear, when a clear is pressed, all the flip-flops will be set to zeros. When the clock is pressed, the data present in the data input will be passed into the flip-flops. So the data present in data input is 1101. So next it will be 1101. Previously it was 0000 when the clear is pressed. So with the clock enabled, because we have a clock enabled here we have a gated clock. So this is a gate here. So this is what going get a clock, and this is what going data input, I mean with clock enable. The same thing, the explanation is given here. You go through this explanation. Okay, then we have data transfer within the registers. How to transfer the data within the registers now? Here we have 3 registers. Okay, so register A containing 2 flip-flops, A1 and A2, register B containing 2 flip-flops, B1 and B2, so and registers Q containing 2 flip-flops, D1 and D2. If I want to pass the data which is present in A1 and A2 to D1 and D2, it's possible. Similarly, if you want to pass the data from B1 B2 to D1 D2, that's also possible. So but at the same time, we can't transfer the data present in register A and register B both at the same time to register Q. Either one of the data should be transferred, because registers A containing 2 flip-flops, register B containing 2 flip-flops, register Q containing 2 flip-flops. So register can store up to 2-bit data because it is containing only 2 flip-flops. This is register Q, 2 flip-flops. This will be active when the load is 1. So look at this. Load, when the load is 1, these 2 will be active. Okay, this is clock. There is no bubble, so this particular circuit is going to be with respect to positive edge trigger. So these 2 flip-flops accepts the data either from register A or either from register B, not at the same time, because it is containing only 2 flip-flops, but combining register A and register B, we have 4 flip-flops containing 4-bit data, but it can store only up to 2-bit data. So only it can accept either from register A or either from register B. Okay, so there is an enable. So whenever enable is 1, register A is active. Whenever enable is 0, register B is active, because you can notice the NOT gate. So whenever enable is 1, register A is active. So enable is 0 means this NOT gate will be converted 0 to 1 and make register B as active. Getting? Okay. Register enable is 1, register A is active. Enable is 0, register B is active. Okay. Whenever enable is 1, the data present in A1 and A2 will be transmitted to D1 and D2. So whenever enable is 0, the data present in B1 and B2 will be transmitted to D1 and D2. This is how the data has to be transferred from registers to registers. So that's a data transfer between the registers. That's it. Okay. So as I just told, depending upon the number of flip-flops which are present in the register, we decide whether it's a 3-bit register, 4-bit registers or 8-bit register flip-flops. Okay. One more thing. Okay. So rather than writing 4 flip-flops like this, sometimes they will write like this. See 4. So all the 4 flip-flops same. Here we have a clear. Here we have a clock enabled, load, clock, Q and D. So rather than writing 4 times, here they have written only 1 flip-flops and they have striked and written 4. This means it's a 4-bit flip-flop. If they write like this, this is between 4 flip-flops. Rather than writing 4 flip-flops like this, so if they give the diagram like this, it's a 4 flip-flop. I mean 4-bit registers. This is a representation of 4-bit registers. So once if in case in your examination if they give the diagram like this, so don't consider it as a 1 flip-flops, because they are given a number 4 here. Look at the pen pointing 4. So if they are given a number 4, you need to read it as a 4-bit shift register. If they have given a 3, it's a 3-bit register. If they are given an 8, it's a 8-bit register. Okay. So look at here, this diagram. So this is a logic diagram of 8-bit register with a tri-state output. So look at here, they have written 8. So this is a 8-bit registers. So this is Q1, Q2, Q7, Q7, Q8. So D1, D2, D7, D8. All of them connected to the clock pulse, enable, everything. This is 8-bit shift registers. This is not much important. No need to go through this diagram. Okay. Leave it. No need to study this one. This diagram and this diagram. Not that important. Okay. Okay. Let me go with a parallel ladder with an accumulator now.